Hello, I am Hatif Talavi, the manager of the digital marketing agency EHDM. We are going to be with you in the Google Search Plus course and specifically focus on discussing Google Search Ads and Google Search Advertising, learning and talking together from the very beginning to the point where you can have something to say as a specialist, whether in Iran or outside of Iran. Why did we design this course for you? You might have participated in my previous courses. The first reason is that Google search ads are constantly being updated, and we needed to provide you with newer information so you can update your knowledge. On the other hand, we needed to consider market demands and what we were observing, as well as the significant competition that exists in the market regarding search ads. We can provide you with good hints, and on your side, your knowledge gets updated so you can effectively optimize your campaigns. This way you can make the most of this channel, which is truly a powerful one for many businesses. I will explain the reason for this in more detail later. And along with us, not just in Iran, I emphasize this point a lot, you should have the information to work on campaigns that are actually for foreign businesses as well. You should be able to launch and optimize them powerfully to achieve the best results for yourself and for those businesses. The point is, in this course, we also take a brief look at previous information for those who have already set up campaigns and are continuing on the same path. We provide this to you so that you can make a comparison and achieve better and more up-to-date results, considering the new developments that have occurred within Google itself. In this course, along with my other colleagues, we are going to be involved in various sections, such as reporting discussions, campaign creation, and so on. We will also be working with other team members, including Mr. Sajjad Yousefi-Poor, who is one of the Google experts from our team, as well as Ms. Latifi, who is currently the CMO of the organization and has extensive experience in these areas. We will be at your service so that you can cover all the topics, ensuring that you don't get tired of my voice, and that the training can evolve and provide variety for you. Additionally, the experiences of other team members will also be available to you throughout this course. Because in this course, we are going to cover everything from scratch that you need to know about Google, especially the misconceptions on. You'll learn what is being discussed in the market, what is correct, what is incorrect, and how to provide the right answers to employers and those who are working in this market with even a wrong perspective. After that, we will actually get familiar with the dashboard itself and learn all the metrics that are discussed within Google. You need to know the details of these matters, such as how to navigate within the dashboard, where everything is located, to see how much traffic you have, where to go to adjust the settings, or as I always say, when you enter a house, you need to know where the spices are in the kitchen, where the shampoo is in the bathroom, and so on. The couch and the TV are naturally in the living room or the reception area, and this requires you to be completely familiar with the dashboard. And after that, we move on to creating a campaign and its key points. Together, we will build a powerful campaign focusing on one type, and you will also become familiar with other types. In this course, we are completely focused on that one type, and I want to say this, I don't want us to take too big of a step. What does that mean? It means that you should fully understand the foundation and basis of Google, which starts with search. If you know this, you can be successful in the field of video campaigns, display campaigns, and other types. Because if you don't know the foundation and the hardest type of campaign, which in my opinion is search, and you don't grasp its details, naturally you can't move on to other types of campaigns. I'm not saying you can't see them at all, but after that we move on to the discussion of complete tracking models that you need to know, starting with conversion tracking. The conversion tracking dashboard and the data within it are very, very different from analyzing analytics. Analytics is for you to see the impact of your different media on each other, but Google is completely self-centered, and you must completely learn how this data can be used within Google's own system so that you can perform proper optimization based on the data you are observing. After that, we move on to the discussion of optimization techniques, how to carry out the optimization of our campaign, and what optimization actually means. It's not just about comparing costs. Sometimes kids, they contradict each other. For example, I see that I have reduced costs, but the performance has also dropped, or conversely, I see that I have increased costs, but this trend of increasing costs does not align with the growth in conversions. And after a certain point, I actually incurred a loss and couldn't achieve the results I wanted. Then we move on to the discussion of remarketing and RLSA campaigns, or Lazi, you are remarketing this in search ads. But we focus on the topic of remarketing and using this concept in search. Although I will provide you with parameters that will help you fully understand the concept and strategy of remarketing correctly. After that, we will move on to the topic of bulk actions and automation. Let me tell you this point about bulk actions. Then know this, I'll give you an example. Have you seen people who are working with Photoshop or various tools and use shortcuts to work quickly? Whereas if I sit behind the dashboard, it takes me a while just to find a series of things like how do I cut something. In the end, I might reach some general tools that I might not be able to use correctly, unlike someone who is a professional in this field and knows the ins and outs of this dashboard to use it. After that, we move on to the topic of action insight and analysis. I might not really like this topic, but let me tell you why. It's because not just Iranians, but people in general are we tend to look at what others have rather than focusing on what we have in front of us and using it. If you remember when we were kids, we always looked at how much food others had on their plates instead of focusing on what's on our own plate. We first need to be able to properly analyze the data we have ourselves if we want to move forward, but often we forget this and get so caught up with what others have. Therefore, we end up looking elsewhere and crashing. I personally prioritize analyzing my own data first when I sit down for my campaigns, rather than constantly looking at what the competition is doing. However, this action provides useful data, which is very important, and you shouldn't just approach it haphazardly. You might be tempted right now to go and see what this action is all about. I urge you not to delve into action insight until you have the basic principles and correct data at your disposal. The parameters you analyze in your own dashboard when you go into action insight are accompanied by a set of other parameters. If you don't have those, you won't be able to analyze this data correctly. After that, we will move on to tricks and policies, because we are in Iran, and implementing certain campaigns and specific policies, which Google is making increasingly difficult every day, requires some workarounds. I'm not saying this happens 100%, but I will teach you tricks so you can do this correctly. For example, in topics like clinics, cryptocurrency, and other subjects that Google is sensitive about and doesn't allow you to advertise properly, I will share some techniques with you so you can cover this. After that, we will move on to the topic of creating reports, specifically how to create reports similar to custom reports in analytics. What reports should we create for ourselves to visualize our data and make better use of it? Indeed, we have also arranged a webinar on Data Studio for this purpose, which you can access for free. You can see it on the HD website, which is hdmarketing.org, and there you can find Data Studio and the tools for creating your reports. Besides the discussion on Google Analytics and for the overall channels, in addition to being able to analyze Google Analytics data, you can also see these. But in addition to that, we are also creating reports within Google Analytics itself to assist you. After the course is finished, we will have a mentoring session together where you can fully analyze your own data. Along with that, let me tell you that during the course, you will have a Telegram group. Since it's a Telegram group now, we might update it in the future or provide you with another space. You can ask all your questions there. And I also request that you, in the spaces, we provide for you where we place your tree for those who are actually participating in these courses. You can ask all your questions there so that Other participants can also see the experiences and challenges you have faced. This way, when we provide answers to you, others can also benefit from that learning experience. And when you start this, those challenges actually begin, and you will see them. Many people in the course are actually worried during the exercises, concerned about what to do if, for example, they don't have a website. We will provide you with some solutions and strategies that you can use either in groups or individually to launch your campaigns. You definitely don't need to have a website. I might not have a website for myself, but I can still advertise on it. We implement exactly this process. Google doesn't need permission from a brand to advertise for that business. In fact, the business should be happy that you are advertising for them. However, we will provide you with solutions to address this concern as well, Teh. But here's a point to note. We can say that when you punch a mitt, or for example, hit a punching bag in the gym, that nothing happens until you step into the ring. So you need to practice, whether we like it or not. Google Earth does not provide us with the opportunity to practice for free, like a demo model of analytics. In reality, no. We are forced to charge the account and go for it. And more importantly, we need to sit down and clean up the campaign and be able to experience this challenge together. My request from you is to practice the exercises I tell you about minute by minute, whether I am in the video now or in the groups that are made available to you. Do them and keep up with the course. This gap we usually see in the course is so you can actually practice, I ask you. Until you practice and apply what you have learned in the course, you cannot call yourself a specialist. Even if I study at the best universities in the world, like Oxford or Harvard, etc. If I don't acquire skills, they cannot call me a specialist. The difference between a person who succeeds and someone who just carries a bunch of knowledge around is like someone who only carries their books on their back without having practical knowledge and cannot use it, compared to someone who has internalized all of it in their mind and can implement it. This is what I ask of you. In this course, we try to provide more than what you might find for free elsewhere, like searching on Google Skillshop, LinkedIn videos, Coursera, Udemy, and so on, which all focus on automated learning and might not address the key points and challenges with you. We aim to share based on experiences from perhaps hundreds, if not thousands, of campaigns that we have run. We have conducted as a team from the very first day when I was the head of the department until now that the organization has taken shape. We are at your service to share all these experiences with you for various campaigns and the different challenges we have encountered. It might be that right now we are facing those challenges and we say, well, what was this? But as you move forward, you will see that you need to have foresight regarding it, and we will actually provide those aspects to you. A lot of effort has been put into these videos and this course to think about what topics to provide you with that will be useful for your work, and that you can use effectively. We have also considered how to present it to you and ensure that the videos are recorded with high quality to be delivered to you. A lot of effort has been made, and I have a request from you. Please be our trustee. When the video is provided to you, I have a knot in my hair, but I also have a request for you to keep this confidential and to keep it to yourself. On the other hand, I have another request. Share the parts that you enjoy, the places that you find interesting, the things you are learning, and the moments where you feel a good energy is being transferred to you during this course. By taking screenshots, sharing stories, writing about it on LinkedIn, and so on. This action gives us double the energy, and your feedback can definitely help us improve and update the course, and even move towards making it better. Let's see what Google is all about, learn its basic principles, and examine the annoying false beliefs that might arise in this market for someone who might just be working on it casually. We will analyze and identify the incorrect data present in the market and learn the correct information together